Smiles, everyone. Smiles. And prepare yourself for...
Show me the money!
Ladies and gentlemen, the radio broadcast experience designed to keep your wallet in top condition. It's Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell.
Talkin' money. Talkin' money. More money, more money, more money.
And now entering the studio, your guru for fiscal fitness, Jeff Tarbell.
Good morning.
Where is that Jeff Tarbell?
This is not Jeff Tarbell. This is his two twin, better-looking brothers.
That's right.
I'm Colin Grail. I'm a certified financial planner with Westlake Grail and Glover out in Granite Bay. And to my left, I have John Fodorero. Did I say that right, John?
That's very good.
All right. He's a mortgage consultant. You may recognize him. He's been on the air here with Jeff several weeks, running a little color for Jeff. But this year, we're actually going to let him talk. Jeff's out of town, not listening. I think he's up in the air right now.
Yeah, he's flying the friendly skies.
Yep. So Jeff, we're sitting in for a vacationing Jeff Tarbell. He's on a well-deserved couple-day vacation, celebrating Kim, his wife's birthday. I think it's her 29th birthday again.
29th, yes. Kim is getting younger every day.
So he's headed down for a couple days in Orange County. Jeff always looks forward to that nice 70-degree weather and a little view of the ocean. He has this fantasy when he goes down there that he's going to take his family to Disneyland, have a great time, do what all the commercials say. And I've never heard him come back from Disneyland saying, I can't wait to go back. And then I find him going back again.
I'm surprised he was going too. I heard he was going to Santa Cruz, and the next thing he said, yeah, I'm going to Newport Beach and Disneyland. I'm like, wow, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit.
So, anyways, we wish him a nice couple days. I don't think it's 70. I think LA's getting their dose of 90-degree weather also. It's, what better way to transition into the fall?
Right. October coming around the corner here. It's, 99 today? 90 plus.
Yep, I think we're breaking some records. Anyways, I'd like to attended a very nice event last night, an Oktoberfest, and I didn't know why they had Oktoberfest parties in September, but it's
interesting.
It's actually like a 16-day celebration that ends at, and they told us all these rules. I forget the details, but there's a reason it starts ahead. It's kind of like Mardi Gras. Party starts and doesn't end for a couple weeks if you're actually over there in Germany. So
interesting. Is there a reason why you forget the details?
Yeah,
a little bit of beer.
No, I was. I only had one beer. Unfortunately, it took two hands to hold it. They had these big. So I'd like to thank Jeb Burton and the Burton Law Firm. They sponsored a very nice event down in Sacramento last night on 57th Street, and had about 200-300 people there, and it was great to catch up with some friends there. So thanks, Jeb.
Awesome, nice event.
And then, John, where were you last night? I hear you were out at a unique event last night.
Just out tearing it up. Me, a couple buddies, and our little boys were out at Raleigh Field. We went out to the Sacramento Mountain Lions.
Yeah.
Take a peek at what they're doing out there with some UFL football. And
I've been hearing about that. I'm not really plugged into that. So it's at Raleigh Field now. That's new, right?
Yes. Yeah. They spent a couple years, 2 years, I believe, 2 or 3 years at the Sacramento Stadium there with the Hornets. For Sac State, and now first year out at Raleigh Field. Great venue. I mean, if you've been out for River Cats games, you know that the stadium, the setup is nice. I was a little concerned about it being hot, but, by the time it's 8 o'clock, it's not hot anymore. So great event out there. Good football, lots of families. Everything's relatively very inexpensive. The kids run and play, sit in your seats. You got an end zone. I found one interesting thing. Each field goal, there's no nets. So if there's a lot of field goal kicking, there's a lot of footballs going around.
And do they throw them back to the field, or the fans keep them?
I saw the fans keeping them, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. But it was a great night. Awesome stadium, awesome venue. There's 3 more home games. I guess they have an 8-game series, so there's 3 more home games coming up. And we have tickets for those to give away to some of our listeners. And it's a great experience. Very good time. I'd get out there, experience it. Good stuff.
So before we get into that, I know that you've got some other kind of a big prize to give away today.
Yeah, another one of our big sponsors. So we have the Sacramento Mountain Lions. We also have Nakoma Golf, and we've had some winners that we've given the rounds of golf out to. It's a great time to get out to Nakoma. It's up there in Gray Eagle, just outside of Truckee. Beautiful resort out there, championship golf. We have the Ryder Cup going on right now. Everybody's excited about playing golf. So good time to get out there. It is a Frank Lloyd Wright establishment. There's a lodge. There's cocktails when you show up. Great golf, spa treatments for your wife. Just a good time.
Or your husband.
Or your husband. Yeah, and maybe you get your toenails done there, Colin. I could see that. But a great time to get out there to Nakoma Golf. Get out there, play. They're open through October. Gorgeous time, morning, afternoons, evenings right now. And what we have is we have 4 folks that are in the running for the overnight package. This one overnight package does need to be used by the end of October. And what we're going to do is we're going to call out the names one by one, and you got to be listening and call in to verify you are who you are. We have our own secrets to determine that you are who you are. And if you hear your name or you hear your buddy's name, you should probably call him and wake him up. I know it's a little early here at 9:09 this morning, but here we go. Brandon Shepard. Brandon Shepard, if you're out there listening, it is time to call in to win your overnight package to Nakoma Golf. You already have your golf in line, but here's the setup with cocktails when you arrive and all that good stuff. So, Brandon Shepard, time to call in. You got 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. That's a great prize, and hope he's listening today. So with that, Chris, are you back there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, all right. Good. I thought I saw him go away for coffee. Chris had something he wanted to chime in on today.
The mind of Chris Forlod. What's he got today? I'm a little scared. He's got every week he's got a different, is a soccer shirt?
Unfortunately, it's the same one.
Oh, it's the same one. All right.
It's the lucky jersey.
The lucky one. I like that. That's cool.
You could tell by all the coffee stains on it.
He's still got Boston hat, though. He's still going for those Red Sox.
So everyone's happy. I'm happy that the regular refs are back from the lockout. And it's good. They are the most qualified referees. The last referees were terrible. And the big play everyone's talking about is the Seahawks-Packers game. Last play of the game. It cost the Packers a game. But to say that that's going to stop, I don't think so. I mean, the official referees have blown calls before, blown end of games calls. They've blown coin tosses, for God's sakes. So these are the better ones. You're going to see a more consistent game. But I give it a couple weeks till everyone's flipping out about the new referees and saying, oh, my God, the replacement refs are better than this. But this is going to be a better game, more consistent. I think you should be happy, but we're still going to get the blown calls.
So you're saying that everything may not be fixed.
Everything's fixed as a consistently, because before, calls that should have been made weren't, phantom calls that no one saw what they were calling, can't get the right yardage, can't do anything like that. That's fixed, but you're still going to get blown calls.
Yeah. I think Mr. Jeff Tarbell had a comment the other day that I can't say on air, something about the NFL and why they were using these substitute refs, and had something to do with need the loot. Need the loot. So interesting that a lot of commentation all week long on that blown play, and I watched it and was just wowed by it. How do they come up with this, and all the different things you hear about it. Kind of gets scary, gets a little ugly, but the game goes on, and we'll see what happens with the real NFL refs in now.
Well, I guess they were so embarrassed, the commissioner actually came out and apologized to the fans that they were in the situation, but said, but this is not the reason that we're getting closer to settlement. He said, so, and I call this a week of apologies because another unusual one came out. Tim Cook, who's now CEO of Apple, as everybody knows, had to come out and apologize that they blew it on their Maps program, that they basically said it's not up to our standards. You guys should go out and use the competitors, and they gave all the competitor map programs that you should go try. And they basically said, "Sorry, we blew it. We'll make it better." And
have you used it, Colin?
I have not. I did try it. I couldn't figure out how to get it to work.
You couldn't figure it out. I've had a couple friends that think it's great, so I'm getting a little. I don't have the iPhone 5 yet. I know a buddy of mine standing in line at about 3:15 in the morning. Would they come out Tuesday? Is that when it was? Whenever it was, but he stood in line. He's got the new one. He's all jazzed, and he's like, "I think it's great."
I never get that standing in line thing that if you wait a week, you can just go buy one or,
Yeah,
or a month.
I'm not that style either, but I like the new phone. I think it's great.
Okay. And along with that, we constantly have this news coming out on RIM, which is the corporate company that makes the BlackBerry and provides BlackBerry service. Their stock has dropped since 2008, 95%. They actually came out and reported another loss, but they actually claimed that they had an increase in subscribers in the last quarter. And I don't know where those are coming from. I have not, if you've actually switched to BlackBerry or become a new subscriber to BlackBerry, we'd love you to call in and let us know why. We're at 339-1140 because I can't find anybody that's actually going that direction. So,
I'd love to hear a teenager or college student that says, yes, I have the BlackBerry and I think it's the best thing and I switched over from the iPhone. I'd love to hear that and why.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of happy BlackBerry users out there, and my wife being one of them, sad to see it go, and just kind of, we did order the iPhone 5, and she's waiting for that, and she's dreading the transition because she likes those click keys. So, but
well, she could be like you. She could double hand, BlackBerry in one hand, iPhone in the other hand.
That's not going to happen. But she's joining the party that says we need to be able to see pictures when people send them and all of that. So
I think the hype about the iPhone 5 is pretty interesting. The dollars, the how many sales are happening. I've called a couple different times, and some friends of mine with AT&T say, "Hey, can you get me this phone?" And they're like, "Well, they kind of come and go." And I'm like, how can you have these huge sales, not know when your inventory is coming in? And they said, it's just the way we're doing it, and they're spread out among all the different stores. So if you're out there and have the new iPhone 5, enjoy it. Tell us what you think about the maps. You can call us in at 339-1140, or you can text us at 44-1140. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're awake yet, wake up, get some coffee going. And if you know Brandon Shepard, it's time to get him on the phone and get his overnight winnings.
How much more time does Brandon have?
That's a great question. I think Marge. All right, somebody's keeping track. I like that.
All right.
5 minutes to go. And then the number 2, I have his name here. So call in, let us know. And that's the golf getaway overnight to Nakoma Golf. Remember, there's cocktails. It's a beautiful venue. Championship golf out at the Dragon Golf Course. There's villas out there. I've seen them. I'm going to go out and stay in one in the next couple weeks. It's just gorgeous out there. So it's fall. The weather's beautiful. We got football going. We have golf going.
We don't have hockey going.
We don't have hockey going.
I'd love to hear Chris comment on that. But anyways, maybe that's later.
Hockey, soccer. What are you doing these days, Chris? No hockey, no soccer? I don't know. There's a little bit of baseball going on. I was out last weekend and missed the show. I was in Chicago. Never been to Chicago before and had an opportunity to go. The Bears were in town. The Cubs were playing. The city was just electric. There was so much going on. And the one thing I couldn't figure out is where's all the old people and where's all the kids? Chicago is basically 22 to 50-year-old people
love that
having
city.
A good time, drinking, eating, socializing. Amazing town.
And any of those that, I'm from the Midwest. My wife's from the Midwest. I follow the Tigers. She follows the White Sox. And I promise not to brag that the Tigers are ahead of the White Sox. She's going to turn off she's our only listener this morning, probably.
Right, probably.
She's going to turn off the show. So I promise not to brag about that.
Right. Yeah, my wife was going to listen, but she's unfortunately at the soccer game, so with my son.
Before we go to break, do you have a quiz question in addition to the big Natoma giveaway?
I do. We were talking about iPhones, and I found this really interesting. So iPhones get damaged. We drop them, especially now the iPhone 5 is a little lighter, a little easier to drop. But interesting statistics, since the introduction of the iPhone in 2007, how much have consumers spent on damaged iPhones? How much in dollars? And it is a huge number. In 5 years, how much has been spent? That is our question. First question, and the winner of that will get a 4-pack of the Sacramento Mountain Lions. So you can go out with your family and enjoy the next home game.
So give us a call if you've got the answer to that at 339-1140 or on the text line 44-1140. We do have a caller for the on iPhone. We'll get right after the break. I'm Colin Grail.
This is John Foderero.
And we'll be right back.